Hello, my name is Doris and I am Little Bird Products. Today is my midweek check-in and I am proud to say that I have gotten a lot accomplished so far this week. But today I have a friend coming over so that we can unload her grids and things from the show last week into her car from my van. So today I'm not going to get as much accomplished as I had hoped. However, from my list of what I had to do that I needed to get done, I am happy to say that I can finally check a few things off my list. I had two chenille kimono that I wanted to make. Well, what I got accomplished is I have two here and here, completely made, and I have a new product I'm so happy and so proud of, and it's beautiful and it's right here. It is a vintage chenille kimono short cape, and the reason I made it a cape is because that's all the material I had, but it turned out beautiful. And what I have on my list of things to do, I have to finish this chenille kimono, and I also have, let's see if I can turn you around so you can see this. Look how beautiful that is. That is just pinned up, and I can finish that very quickly this morning, and then I'll put pockets on it and decide if it needs any more trim. So that would make 4 finished chenille kimonos and a new product, a cape. So that's twice as much as I had for my kimonos on the list. I also have, let me see if I can show you this. Oh, let's see. Here we go. If you remember, my ironing board had been covered with chenille that was to do. I only have one more pile there that I may, since I already have 4 done, I may not get that one finished. But I cut out a hooded, quilted long coat, and that was one of the things that was on my list, was a quilted hooded coat. And it's going to be kind of a shorty coat like the other one that I had made, and I am really pleased to have that done. What I hope to get finished today before my friend comes is to get the edges of that serged. I like to have them serged right away because when you cut into a quilt, you know, it has those open edges where the batting is, and I like to not have those shrink back. So I need to get that done. Now, what I have left on my list to do, let me turn you around here. What I have left on my list to do is I had on my list to do 2 cantha shrugs. Now, those don't take me too long to cut out or to do, but I would like to be able to do them so that they're reversible. I like to do the shrugs that way. And then also to cut out a cantha hooded coat, like the other one that I sold. And then I have 4 denim and cantha jackets, and I have the shirts picked out for that. And you know, really they're more of a shirt or a shacket or whatever you want to call it, and it has cantha sleeves. And then I want to do 4 flannel shirts. I haven't decided how I want to do those yet. And then also, when I'm doing that for the rest of the week, I want to do some filming. I had someone asked, you know, I do a lot of talking and I show finished product, but I don't show a lot in process. So I want to show you the hooded cantha coat in process, and I'll show you some pictures of what I do after I serge the quilted coat. Since I'm finished with the cutting and almost finished with the making of these kimono chenille jackets, I'm not going to show an in-depth tutorial of those. I might show you a few pictures just in process so you can see a few of those. If there's something that you'd like to see more detail of when I'm making it, when I'm sewing it, I'd be happy to do that. I need to perfect my setup for filming my table and also my sewing machines. I do have a stand that I had been using, and I just couldn't get it quite quite right for viewing. I wasn't pleased with it. So I am going to try to work on that, and that should be something I can work on tomorrow. So I'll be doing some extra filming. It does take a little longer, but if that's important to you to see the things in process and as I'm sewing, I'm happy to do that. Take that time and do a little editing. And I think I'm going to be able to accomplish the things that I have on my list. What I have also been doing, I have a couple of other projects in process. I make labels like, I'll show you, for a friend of mine who also does upcycling. And she is the House of Upcycle on Etsy, and I embroider her tags. She brings me the sheets, and what I do is I take the sheets and I have designed her label for her, and I get my embroidery machines going and do these. It is a little bit of an interruption every now and then, but it doesn't take much to do. And she's my sewing protege, and I like to help her, you know, get some customers and do some things that make her things a little bit different. I'd encourage you to check out her stuff. She does things a little differently. She makes different sizes, where I tend to make things more in extra large and up and plus size. You know, she does all different sizes, and I'll put a link in the description of this video to her shop so you can check her things out. So anyway, I've been doing that for her. And then I can actually take a breather, I think, a little bit and contemplate anything else that I really need to get finished before the show in 2 weeks. It is a local show, so I can, you know, come home each day after the show and I can replenish some things. I think I need to probably get a few more book pocket pillows done, because those usually sell at my November shows really well. And then I have another show in Galveston right after that one, so I need to get a few more things ahead. And you know, it's hard to know what to make for the next show, especially when I have back-to-back shows, because you know, you want to replenish. I do think I have enough things, but I have another jacket that I was in the middle of. It's really cute. It's a red and white check with some other red materials in it, and I think that I want to get that finished. You know, there I am again adding more things to my list. I have my bright and shiny objects on today, so maybe I won't get distracted by other bright and shiny objects. And I've been keeping my nose to the grindstone and not letting the squirrels get in, so we'll see how I get along. Anyway, thank you for watching. Oh, and I know that this probably gets annoying when I ask you to subscribe again and again, but please do subscribe, because it does help me. I'm a few away from getting my goal of 1,000 followers or subscribers for the year, and it really does help me keep enthusiastic and keep putting things out here for the channel. And again, if there's anything that you'd like to have me film making, you know, something you'd check out my store and you see something, you say, I wonder how she did that, or I've got something like that and I'd like to be able to do it, or I don't know how to do this and I see that she's done it before and I'd like to have her explain it. Happy to do that, and I love your comments. Thank you so much, everyone who has commented. You give me a lot of food for thought, and encouraging words are fantastic and much appreciated. Anyway, have a great week. Thank you. Bye.